Hey y'all, it's your girl Cass. Welcome to my page, channel, podcast, Cast the Light. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Kind of don't want to be on here, but I felt compelled to come on here because just something I overheard, and I just wanted to add my little 2 cents in like I always do. And so it's one of the people that I follow, and she said something that kind of like triggered some people. And this is somebody else too who has a great following that she was commenting on. And it was just interesting to me. Not interesting because it's nothing new to me. These are things that I also talk about from her perspective. But this like goes back to just, I don't know, it's just so funny how like things I spoke about before are just coming back again. And I just see it just spilling everywhere. And it's unfortunate that we don't have discernment or intuition or our own minds to be able to see through things and to see how it affects us and how it deters us from God's purpose, divine plan, and what you should be, how you should think, which is for yourself. But be very careful of spiritual influences. I think I've talked about this before, but it was like on a live with other people. But be very careful of spiritual influencers, because you might look in light of somebody and put them on a pedestal and may not realize that they're steering you the wrong way, because you're not questioning them the same way you would question anything else. Or again, you might just look at them in such an awe that you don't have the discernment within yourself to be able to question that and look deeper and feel as though, is this in alignment with God or where you want to go, with love, with compassion, but with just being able to see the truth in it all, because there's many perspectives at the end of the day, right? But one thing that it is, like, it's never surface. It's always deeper than what you think it is. And the biggest downfall of our people is that, like, you're so quickly triggered by something that you never really take the time to assess or analyze the situation to see where the truth lies. Because I've talked about this multiple times, but the truth is not always pretty. And like she mentioned, the truth can be very uncomfortable. And we love to live in a la-la land as if it's not more to it than what we are dealing with right now in society, in the state that, like, how do you think we got here? Do you think we got here just by, like, being beaten physically? Like, that is just, like, the lowest of the trauma that was done to us. It is way more psychological. It is way more spiritual and emotional than you guys could ever imagine. And so when you don't take the time to dig deep and assess something, especially something that is triggering you, then you tend to fall short of what the real message is and what you could have got out of the situation. Because in this instance, but this is, hold on, let me say this first too. Especially when it comes to those who have great power and great influence, especially within the spiritual. I always do that because there's a lot of people who claim to be spiritual but lack spirituality. And so, which is really just love and consciousness and intuition. And so when you lack these things, you tend to miss the point, which is the message, or miss out on the truth of what is being said, whether you like it or not. And it's often is very hurtful to me as somebody who is a truth seeker, right? As somebody who loves different perspectives, who may not always agree with it, but can still be enlightened by it and share those perspectives with my divine reflections. But also, I always have in mind that with great power or influence come great responsibility. And I was going to speak on this topic when it comes to relationships, like personally, but I'm more moved to talk about it on a mass level because, again, I am so very grateful that when I started my spiritual journey, that it wasn't sparked by somebody on these platforms, okay? I was very grateful that it was through speaking with another reflection that was helping me open my eyes to the other things that is happening in this life, that I was able to now search within the depths of myself to do these things. Hi, Divine Reflections, right? I'm so grateful I had that because, well, granted, I'm not a person that is usually infatuated with anybody anyways. So that would have always been my journey. But for me, because I was able to start my spiritual journey by mostly motivated by myself, I was never looking up to people and putting them on a pedestal where they could just run game on me and just me believe anything that they say. I always question it and analyze this. Hi, Divine. I always question and analyze this because I know we are all flawed. I know people who started in their journey who were so passionate about reflections so deeply. And then along the way on the journey, it became completely about themselves, their gains. They lost their sight, okay? And it's very interesting to me how, this is very hurtful to me to see how easily my people can be manipulated because they're looking in light of somebody because they cannot see within themselves that, is this right? Right? Like, at the end of the day, even if it may be true, is it right? Right? Because I went back to the video that she was referring to, and I completely got where she was coming from, okay? And it's so, and it's funny to me how people will use facts, right, to validate something that is not correct and is wrong. For example, saying, which comes first, XX or XY? Are you okay? So you think because that comes first, that means that validates your outlook, your perspective on women? And it goes back to this divisiveness. Y'all in a constant comparison of men and women and where we're lacking in when we all are just hurting. And you always want to blame the other one for your problems, when really it's you that's lacking and unhealed, that's where it's coming from. And it's so valid because a lot of this is from childhood trauma. And if it's not from childhood trauma, it's from somebody that you was with that hurt you, that makes you have this perspective. And not only that, society. And this is what I mean. When she made the statement about pedophilia, people got triggered, okay? People got triggered because the video that we're talking about, this gentleman was saying, first of all, how dare this person to try to diminish your value based on your age. This is what I mean. You guys constantly put limitations on yourself, and for what? And how does that serve you and the collective? Saying that women are only in value from ages 19 to 27. And men are only valuable from ages 35 to 55. Like, are you okay? I didn't know my value was was based on something so mundane as my age, when babies are the brightest ones here, but yet can they even say a thing? Like, Starseeds are it. Dare you, and how simple-minded and limited-minded that you are, and you have the, and you think, and you, by reposting it, for me, again, with great power comes great responsibility. So you're perpetuating this idea and perspective as if this is true or normal and okay to look at. I've met 22-year-olds, divine masculine, okay, and younger, who are beyond their freaking years. So again, but you guys call yourself spiritual? And because why? He can spit out all these big words and all these things that you can't use to elevate your life, that you're gonna just take that for what it is and not be like, yo, what you doing, bro? Because what is your purpose for posting something like this? Is it not divisive? What kind of mentality are you perpetuating? Y'all don't question these things, and that's how you know, like, you're so infatuated with these people who have a certain following that you think they just know it all. That you think they just got, it's giving you've been hurt. It's giving you were unhealed. And like she said, it's a low-key giving pedophilia. Because if it's one thing I can't stand is when, listen, I don't play sides, but you hear it most often than not from men that they want to go for a younger girl because women are so stubborn and da-da-da. And in actuality, let's dig deeper, right? Because this is what we're saying. Y'all just look at the service that, oh, pedophilia, oh my God, you can't be saying that. No, let's dive deeper. What that really means. So that means that you can't find a woman your age because she's not going to deal with your shit. That you can't run the same game that you would run on somebody else who lacks experience and is more naive. Okay? Because we live in the world of 3D. So we can't discredit age here. You going for somebody who is significantly younger than you. This is for females too, because I know there's some women who are predators to young men too. Okay? Like I said, I don't pick sides over here. We can talk about both. That is predator shit. Why are you going for somebody who is lacking in experience or is naive? What is wrong with you that you can't raise your vibration and level up and meet to somebody who is the same age as you? That is wild to me. So you're perpetuating at 35 to 55, so they should be going for 19 and 27-year-old. Bro, I am 31 years old. And I'm literally just now low-key figuring this shit out. Okay? So, for a woman, it's based on what her body parts. That's what makes her of value. Her body. Not her mind, not her heart, not her soul, not her experience, but her body. Because that's why you're saying 19 to 27. And to be honest, there's no age limit for women to being pregnant. That's also a social construct that was put onto y'all that think, oh, you got time ticking. No. If you on the right teas and you taking the right things, it don't matter how old you are, mama. You can still have a baby. Okay? Don't get fooled and tricked out of your spot. Just because you too busy listening to somebody you think who knows more than you. But also look at what is the purpose of showing this? Is this going to allow our community to get together, to become stronger, to unite? Or are you being divisive? I don't respect people who have these followings and are not being responsible with their influence and their power just because you're having a moment or you're triggered or you are unhealed. But it's also on the people who's following them. Like, it's on you too to use your discernment. Where's your intuition? I don't give, nobody's the exception when it comes to me. I don't care how vibrational you may be. I may agree with 99.9% of this thing you say, but let you say some out-of-pocket weird shit, I'm going to start questioning you about where's your motives, where's your intentions at, period. Because if it's not towards love, then it's not towards God's plan. If it's not towards unity, then it's not towards God's plan. Again, who benefits from this message that you are sending out? This whole men versus women, I feel like men hate women and women feeling like they don't need men. Y'all are fucking crazy, bro. Because guess what? What do I say all the time? We all come from the same source. You are not better than nobody. Do not trick yourself out of your spot and your community out of your lack. It is so sad to me to see these things continue to perpetuate, especially within the, again, spiritual community. Because y'all just talk. And it's just like you lack, and it's just like you're not even being intentional or responsible about the things that you're saying and putting out there, bro. That's crazy to me. And you know people just be grasping at your words and you just, again, being irresponsible with your power. They're following you, and it's your job to lead them towards the light, and if not the light, within themselves. Okay? Help them to question everything. There's not one... Listen, don't ever think you can... Like, it don't matter what I be saying. Question everything I say, too. I'm not the exception. Nobody is. Because I'm not above you. I'm not below you. We right on the same motherfucking plane. So what are you talking about? You think I don't have mishaps? Unity Goddess. You don't think we all have our moments? But it's when a reflection can be like, hey, maybe you can reconsider this, and you don't have it within you to check yourself and be like, okay, I can see your perspective. And when you cannot do that, you should not be a person that people should follow. Just to keep it a buck. If I can't, I remember, like, I am not the same person I was when I first started doing my videos, bro. I'm just not. There's some things that I used to say, especially when it came to the Caucasian group, bro. Do you even see me talk about them the same way? Because when I know better, I do better. I'm not in that victim mentality. I'm not in a woe me or F them, because guess what? What did I say, right, Cassandra? They come from the same source. They're just playing their role. So who am I to be mad at them? That's like you being mad at your shadow self for coming through. That's still part of you. That's still part of source. So are you okay? And so, y'all be like, okay, the X come before the XY. When you get in the men to be more, or try to hold the women accountable, first, you must hold yourselves accountable. Let's be for real. Y'all always want to point the finger, but y'all not even looking at yourselves. Like you think you done the work or something. And if so, how are you gonna send the message? Again, where's the solutions? Because we literally be the problems to our own solutions. Literally the problem, not the answer. Y'all stay want to talk about the problem, so you still the problem to your own solution. Y'all never talk about some real stuff. Y'all never want to talk about taking accountability. Y'all never want to talk about healing, doing the work, doing the shadow work, looking at yourself. No, it's just about, oh, look at what they did. Yeah, well, look at how they did us. Y'all gonna still run this game still? Y'all both hurt. It's not a comparison. What did I say? Comparison is a thief of joy. Comparison is a thief of joy. And that's not just all when it comes to good things. It comes to the negative things too. Y'all want to compare notes? By you comparing how bad you got it, did that change your situation? Did that change your situation? Are we still where the fuck we at? We're in the same spot, huh? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So what are you doing differently than these other podcasts talking down on women? Like, come on. Really? I'd be so sad, bro. It'd really be hurtful to me when I see my reflections continue to perpetuate these agendas. As if we're not, again, divine reflections of each other. As if we don't come from the same source. And again, I don't even know how this benefits you. It's giving ego. I've said this many times, yo. The ego be real loud. It be real hurt, you know? That's the shit that gets hurt. Your ego. Your pride. Okay? Because you don't know how to operate from your heart space. You want to feel better about something. I can never talk down on men. I can never talk down on women. I get it. I do. It's the fact that y'all not getting it and how you continue to be just more hurt. Y'all literally, like y'all trauma bonding, bro. All these guys like, yeah, that's what they do, All these girls like, oh yeah, just even who benefits from these situations? I really want to know. You don't get a fucking gold star or cookie for that shit. You think you get a gold star for being hurt? Learn how to heal. That's how you actually grow. This should be so ridiculous because it's so simple. But y'all love to complicate shit. Y'all like to just live in your... You think like, oh, I've been through this and I've been through that. Oh, y'all know what I've been through. Okay, we all been through it. Some of us worse than others. More extreme. Let me say it that. Because it's really relative when it comes to these things. It's very subjective. Okay? What might be a big thing to you may be a small thing to somebody else. What might be a small thing to be somebody else may be a big thing to you. But you don't get to tell me how I hurt. I don't get to tell you how you hurt, right? The same way hurt is hurt. It's just like when I was having a conversation before with love and hate. There's a really thin line between all of these things, these emotions. Hate is just another form of love. You're still obsessed with it. It's just in a more toxic manner. I don't understand. It's almost like the law of confusion. It's a test. Like, do you get it? Or are you still playing a part in their role right in front of you? You just be giving, like, you just be fueling the fire. Or should I say hurt? You be fueling the hurt. You be fueling the lack. You be fueling the unhealedness. All the parts of you that doesn't allow you to grow. Allow you to love. Allow you to be compassionate. Allow you to be empathetic. I'm not here to compare. I understand your hurt. You cannot change the past. But you know what you can change? Your present and your future. So do you continue wanting to perpetuate these ideologies, these perspectives, and these things that who put in front of you? 19 to 27, bro. 35 to 55. These fucking numbers. Like, be for real. Stop limiting yourself to what society perpetuates you at. This pedophilia thing is real. And it's from both sides. The masculine one is definitely more magnetized. I agree. But it's almost like the same thing when it comes to women. You still shaving your private part and you think what you perpetuating. That's real pedophilia shit. How you think they can tell the difference between a baby and a woman? Okay? So y'all don't that's what she means. Y'all don't be understanding like this shit is, y'all be just addressing shit on the surface shit, but when certain words get put out, y'all be so triggered and can't see the truth of it. Cause it is that deep. It is that psychological. We do a lot of things that's real psychological that was planted in you. It's just like watching those cartoons again when you were an adult and you was like, what the fuck was I watching? So the fact that you think that it's not that deep makes me understand your level of vibration and frequency, that you're not able to analyze this shit. Because it's always that deep. There's nothing that's not deep. The surface shit is covering it. It's overlooking it. It's not addressing it. Because how we operate is very unnatural. But y'all not seeing it. Y'all want to be like, okay. Just because somebody who sounds smart reposted it? Come on, man. Dig deep. Analyze. Question it. Because the fact that you not is just like you gonna end up brainwashing, conditioning yourself to these beliefs that don't really make sense. I agree, because I'm 55 and the young woman, if I'm 55 and a woman 19, that's a daughter in my eyes. Even if she's not my child, I can see it as a nurturing connection. Boom. Like, that's just wild to me. Because I literally be having conversations with my coworker, for example, and he's like, actually, I know a lot of men who's dated older women, and they're like, oh, it's because, you know, they get it, they mature and something. But I'm just like, for me, because I've been approached by younger men. I'm 31 years old. I've been approached by 20-year-olds, and I'm just like, you don't have a whole decade on you. I could have been babysitting you, bro. That plays in my mind. I don't care how intelligent and mature you are for your age. It's just, it don't make sense to me, because I know I can find somebody my age who can bring me the same thing. I'm not desperate. And you deserve somebody who's around your age who can bring you the same thing. Like, why cheat yourself out of that experience? Like, to me, I'm really good. You may be cute, baby, but you can't cross that line. I just can't. For me, I'm thinking about that. And I also have my own traumatic experiences where I can never be that, bro. Because there was somebody who was older than me who took advantage of me before. And I'm good. No. Like, your brain is not even fully, your prefrontal cortex is not even fully developed yet. So I would be taking advantage. Y'all want to talk about facts, right? Bring the real facts that make sense. Something like that. Me being a 31-year-old, my prefrontal cortex is already fully developed. So I'm already thinking on a whole different level. It doesn't matter how mature you are. It's not to take away from your experiences and what you know. But you're not even fully developed yet. So by the time you mature now, but imagine when you're fully developed, bro, how you going to be thinking? Completely different. But y'all not thinking about that. It is taking advantage. It's not right. Y'all think, oh, after you get a certain age that you're considered an adult, that it's okay. No, that's just weird, bro. Because if you did have a daughter, if you did have a sister, bro, or son, and an older woman is taking advantage, you would feel some type of way. Period. Like, stop playing these games like you don't know what's up and what you're really saying. It's weird. And the fact that if you don't think that's weird, again, you must recheck your programming. You must go decondition yourself, because it ain't right. It's not. And what part of you is lacking that you think that's your only option? How many people in this world and you think that's the only one you could have got? Come on. Stop playing. Stop playing. But that's all I really had to say, because that really got to me today. And I'm just like, yeah. Because people want to be like, oh, like, it's just really sad. And like, I talked about this before, but the way some of y'all dudes, listen, I don't care. It's the truth. That's how I see it. Like, I ain't saying nothing that is not, that y'all don't see. Y'all be on each other more than you guys be on women. And it's just like, y'all hate is really giving which way you swinging. Because y'all really act like y'all hate women. That's just weird to me. Because what you gonna do without us? Same with women. What you gonna do without the men? Like, y'all toxic, bro. That's really what the truth is. Y'all real toxic. And it's really showing. And it's sad that you can't see where you lacking in, bro. It doesn't matter how traumatic my experience with men has been. I would never just downplay men or just be like, oh, all men is this or this is what it is. No, I love my divine masculine. Stop playing. That's just weird to me. Like, I am female. I'm a feminine. I need my divine masculine. And the fact that it's the fact that you letting somebody tell you what value is, that you can even see it in yourself, or what the value is in another divine reflection, your divine counterpart. That's more upsetting. That's more upsetting. So you can't see a value in just women. Forget her age. You don't see the value in women. Forget the men. Like, forget the men's age. You don't see the value in them before that. Yo, I don't need nobody around me who's on the same wave, because y'all weird. Because if you can't see the value in them, you can't see the value in yourself. But, hey, what do I know? I am that I am, and I know nothing. Okay? I do not pretend to know everything. I just see things from a different lens. And I like to share my perspective for y'all to get to really thinking about what you allow to perpetuate your morals, your ideas, and your programming. Because y'all just be allowing any and everybody to just say whatever, and you thinking that's just the way to go. No, you need to check yourself, and you need to check them too. The fact that y'all scared to speak up because you think you're gonna get some backlash just because of their following. Y'all really a follower then. Y'all don't even really get that psychologically what y'all doing. Y'all just following. So are you not a god? Because gods don't follow other gods, bro. Y'all, that's what I mean. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all be thinking y'all just spiritual. Yo, y'all don't even know what that is. Y'all don't even embody it. Y'all don't move like it. Man, I ain't got nothing else to say. But if nobody told you today, divine reflection, and that's all men and women, let me be the first one to tell you that I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Like, may it be filled with joy, abundance, love, compassion. We don't follow, we unite, to eliminate separation. Listen, you can speak for yourself, but if you look at some of your reflections, especially with the big followings, based on what they're posting, that's not reflecting that. That's what I'm saying is very sad. Because all I'm seeing is division. Y'all always pointing the finger instead of we have a problem, that we are lacking, that we are unhealed, that we continue to hurt each other. We are doing that. It's not a gender. That's what it is. We are putting limitations on ourselves. So it's like, we can say that, but again, y'all just be saying things. What are we actually doing to apply what we are saying? Based on what we reposting? Based on what? Like, what we saying? Because still, y'all be saying unite, but then the next breath, it's like, oh, F this or F them, or they doing that. And it's just like, we don't need you to repost something that we already know happened. Or how society portrays it and how they want it. What are we doing? I'm not seeing unity. I'm not seeing, like, why aren't you pulling women up in your platform? We're not even putting women still in position, but yet we know they're supposed to be leading. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that we're doing backwards. And if not leading, how do we put it so that we're working together? Because I'm not seeing that neither. It's a very small percentage of men who actually bring on women to show their value. Very small. Because what I've seen, and I said this a very long time ago, this seed of submission, of suppressing, has come over to the spiritual community. Because how you gonna say women is this, women is that? We all come from a woman. We all come from a da-da-da-da. But yet I don't see them. None of them put in position. Y'all still talk down about them. It takes a collective. But you know what my message was about? I'm talking about those who are in power and have great influence. Because at the end of the day, they influence the collective. So there's a responsibility in that to lead the collective in a certain kind of manner that's collective and unified and not divisive. See what I'm saying? Because I'm doing what I'm doing, right? I'm one person. You get what I'm saying? But there's some people who have a great following. And what messages are they putting out? Great influence, great power comes great with responsibility. It goes hand in hand. You cannot, there's no separation between the two. These spiritual influencers, that's what I call them. But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if we all was really in God consciousness and moving in love and light, you wouldn't really need to be following nobody, because everybody would be doing what they're supposed to do. And would be affecting their close communities. Because at the end of the day, we learn by what? Example. We're all examples to each other. We're all reflections of each other. Some of us don't know how to do it, so we need to see somebody do it. Lay down the blueprint. Right? But no. Half the time, this one in particular, just be talking that intelligent shit. And I'll just be like, bro, and y'all just following, because how have you improved your life based on this knowledge? Or are you still doing the same thing? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you following. It's the work that you do for yourself, within yourself. How are you moving? Because if you're just going along with it and it's not, again, in God's plan, which is unifying the collective and moving in love, bro, you're diverting from the plan. Like, that's just how I see it. It's really simple. It's not complicated. It's literally like black and white. But y'all want to see the gray areas. Okay. Y'all gonna get stuck. Okay? Y'all gonna get stuck. Y'all gonna get stuck. Because now you're being misled and you're not even seeing how you're being misled. Because you're always running to somebody to give you the answers that you can't find within yourself. Again, are you analyzing? Are you soul searching like, does this make sense, or does it seem really divisive? It'd be really that simple. Is this message unifying, or is this message divisive? Y'all want to complicate shit, or just intake information like that's not even beneficial to you and just go along with it. You've been going along with a lot of shit for a very long fucking time, and y'all not seeing how that got us here. Start going along, like dissect the message, see what's really like going on here. Is this message, again, very this simple? Is it divisive, or is this unifying? Because based on the information, you're gonna see, is it this or is it that? Because how I see it, the only time shit can be both is when you're seeing something and it has to do with you personally, when you're dealing with other people's worlds, your world and other people's world. Those things can simultaneously happen together. When we talk about unity, that is one. Anything outside of that is divisive. It's not rocket science. Literally. But again, gratitude, divine reflections. Thank you for those who was able to come through and share with me their ideas, their minds, their perspective. I really appreciate, love you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.